started his recording. He then looked at the camera and spoke to his audience. Hello, my name is Hezekiah, and today I am starting a Stanley Parable walkthrough, or gameplay series, where I'm trying to go through as many things as possible, as many ways as possible. Let's just turn down the music a bit, I guess. Is there a way to do that? Okay, cool. So, shall we begin this game? And see where we can end up. Each time I'll keep track of where I've been and what I've done. And, I'll make it different for the next episode, I guess. So, yeah, be back when this is loaded.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Right, there we go. So yeah, this is Stanley Parable. So, yeah, that was the intro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the meeting room. So, I'd never actually seen the intro, so that was the first time seeing it. And I've played this a couple times before. The door is shut behind you, like that. So we're just gonna look around here. Actually no, we're just gonna do the basic ending, the most common ending, the one where you actually listen to the person.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So this is my left, yeah. I always get my lefts and rights confused. I'll get them confused one day, don't you worry. So yeah, let me just go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Thanks, I got all the time in the world to read that. The broom closet. I'll go in there another time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. There's windows. I wish I could see outside. What's the point of having windows when you can't see out? Can't go out that door. Okay. Here we are.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Hello?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Yeah.
Stanley happened to input the correct
Random
code
button.
by sheer luck.
Oh, what sheer
Amazing.
luck.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Let's go. Okay, this is starting to get a bit scary. Can we go this way? Anything this way? Is there a hallway there? No, let's just go where it tells me to go. And this is fun. I'll wait for it to load.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh, or will it? Oh yeah. Oh, power out. I guess we're stuck down here. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm sorry, I can't read. Mind Control Oh, that's not where I had to go. Mind Control Facility. Oh, I had to go. No, I'm kidding. It's this way. It's this way. Here we go. Here we go. There's a light button. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, let's press this button.
The lights rose on an enormous
I
room
forgot to
packed with
let my
television
friend know
screens.
that-
What horrible secret did this place
Oh, boy.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I have all the strengths. Magic bridge. Let's cross this thing here. Yep. Let's press this button. Show me
Now
the
the
lights.
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Where's
Each
all
bore the
these
number of an employee in the building,
Oh.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh boy. That is scary. This is starting to scare me. So I've been watched all my life.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
That's mine.
Had Stanley really been under someone's
Yeah,
control all this
there it
time?
is. That's my office
Was this
right
the only
there.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been
Music's getting
manipulated
better.
to accept it blindly?
Oh boy. Alright, here we go.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Deny.
couldn't accept it. His
don't
own
accept.
life in someone else's
I don't
control?
allow.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
It's
Had he
possible.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm blind. Help. Where am I
But
walking?
here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions,
I'm blind.
happy
This
or
is a
sad
wall.
or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the
should go up there
controls
somewhere.
once and for all.
Oh no, that's actually part of the game. Mind controls idle awaiting units. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh boy. I know what I have to do. Well, I destroyed the world. GG. Game over. Nothing exists anymore. Music? No, I didn't allow music. I destroyed the world. You can't do this to me.
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
What?
Was it over?
No, it's not over. Clearly.
Yes. He had won. He
I
had
won?
defeated the machine.
I won!
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere
Wait, I
moments
thought there
away.
was 20 endings to this game.
And yet,
What?
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on
myself?
how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
There are
Where
puzzles.
had his
I must go back.
co-workers gone?
Let's go
How
back.
had he been freed from the machine's
I want to
grasp?
figure out these puzzles.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not
Freedom.
knowledge or even power
Puzzles.
that he had been
Freedom.
seeking,
Puzzles.
but happiness.
Puzzles.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to
What
go,
are those?
what to do,
What
or
are those?
how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Talk about?
And that was all he needed to know.
I missed
It
the
was
story.
perhaps the only
I already
thing
heard
worth
it.
knowing.
If you wanna hear the
Stanley
story instead of me
stepped
blubbering,
through the
just
open
play the
door.
game yourself. It's beautiful. I have to. I cruel world. Ah!
Stanley
Okay.
felt the cool breeze
Okay,
upon his
sure.
skin,
I'll let you do
the
it.
feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! We're happy! Woo! What's going on? Nothing? Oh, there we go. Alright, well, that's one of the endings for the Stanley Parable. I hope you have enjoyed this sort of episode thing. It's very boring 12 minutes of your life, but it'd be helpful so you know how to listen. Because if you don't know how to listen to a narrator, then you won't know how to get to this ending. You must be very retarded if you don't know how to do that. I'm sorry if I'm insulting someone really retarded, but we're back here again. Alright, well, that's where we're gonna stop it right there. Thanks for watching. Next episode, I'm gonna try and figure out how the fudge I can beat this game in another way. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.